Hi, and welcome to the overview for the energy for the week of August 1st through the 7th. This is a week where this energy, this building up of the energy of Uranus meeting the North Node in Taurus, it happens exact on Monday. It is going to have in your life the effect of getting hit T-boned by a MACK truck. What they're showing me is you've been speeding down the highway and gripping onto the wheel. And there have been signs and signals you need to get off the road, you need to get off the road. And some of you have been nudged over, have taken a different lane, have moved a little bit, and you're heading a different trajectory. But what you don't see coming is the Mack truck that's going to run through a stoplight and T-bone you and send you spinning. Now, if you've been nudged off, you're just going to get pushed a little further down the line. I think it's less of an impact. For those of you who have been gripping the wheel tight and driving really fast and saying, no, I chose this, I want to be here, I'm not leaving, I'm not making change is uncomfortable, the change is coming anyway. And so this energy is definitely, Spirit wants you to know that you are going to be supported, that this is a necessary change, this is a beneficial change, it's just not going to feel like it. So it could be a job change, it could be a housing situation, it could be a relationship change, it could be any number of things. It could literally be your house is not safe to live in anymore, either from forest fires or floods, or they could literally be putting in a new highway and you're going to have to go. There's something about this energy where it's like you've seen the signs, but you refuse to take heed of them, is what it looks like. So we have here the Ace of Swords. This is the sudden and shocking truth. That's that bolt of lightning. That is that energy of Uranus where this is it. The illumination. You know that here's the point where the change has to be made, or it's being made for you. But it comes with the Two of Wands. And this Two of Wands is great because she is looking around at what she has to work with. And she has two sticks and she needs to start something. So she's creating a fire. Fire is a basic need. She's figuring out how to create the fire. Very interesting. So you're going to have to take a look around. Does that mean you need to look at your resume and repurpose some of the things and the skills you have, repackage it in a way that makes you more attractive to jobs, employers? Look at your relationship and say, okay, look, so we've had this thing happen in our relationship, and it may not be that it ends, it just might be a situation that's no longer tolerable. So let's take a look at this. How can we create this and repackage this into a relationship where we're both growing joyful and happy? Or how do I go off on my own and learn from that so that when the next time I'm in a relationship, it's healthy and happy? It could be, again, the house. I keep seeing some people are really definitely having situations around the house. So overall energy for the week, we've got the King of Swords. And so it is using this sort of truth that comes in to assess and to discern and to figure out and to decide how you can create something from what is going on here, how to create something that is great. Oh my gosh, these cards are so, oh wow. Okay, so let's look at what we have here also. We have the cat of the cat spirit, claim your independence, and the white raven spirit, which says trust the magic. And so spirit is asking you to pay attention. Pay attention. How can you step into your own power? The sun is now in Leo. The moon, we just had that new moon in Leo. The power is there. You have the power. Claim your power. Step into your power and do what you need to do to get to where it is that you need to go. You have a lot of choice and decision. And so I think for many of you, this is a release of a situation. It is like the pressure's been building and then the pressure cooker, exploded. Like you should have probably turned it off sooner, right? And so there's this big explosive energy in your life. And so there's a need to take a look at it. So here in the heart of the situation, the key to the situation, we have the Two of Wands. We have the Two of Wands here. It is the key. The key here is using your, oh look, the cat showed up here too. It's using your intuition, your sense of independence to look at your world. He's holding a crystal ball, but it looks like a globe to me. And oftentimes it is a globe, but it is, how do you want your world to look? And what can you use that you have going on that you can create and manifest the magic with? Here in the recent past, Eight of Pentacles, you've been trying to do the same thing over and over to master the skill, to stay in this job, to stay in this relationship, to not make these changes in your life that you really knew were coming. And you've been just like, I'm just going to keep my nose to the grindstone. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep working, and I'm going to make it work. But it's not going to work. And so you've been having a lot of fear around making the change. The Fool card in the area of where you've been very uneasy in the heart space, a little nervous about taking a risk. But the thing about it is she was worried, but she's sitting on a broomstick. She will fly just fine. She will fly just fine. The obstacle has been feeling very burdened. This Ten of Wands. Like, it's almost as though I know I need to make these changes. Okay, so for instance, at one point when I was married, my husband really needed to make a job change. And he worked in a restaurant and his hours were completely ridiculous. And he said, but I don't have time to look for a job. And I said, you're going to try to make a lateral move into another restaurant, correct? And he said, well, of course. And I said, well, then they understand your hours. So you just reach out to them and they will probably do a phone interview. And if they're not interested with you after that, fine. But if they are, they will find a time to meet with you because they understand the restaurant schedule. And sure enough, it worked out and you got another job. So it's almost like sometimes you feel like, I have too much going on, make this change. So it's just easier to stay where I am. You can't stay where you are anymore. You can't. So change is coming because in the area of transformation, we have the Chariot. Things are on the move. You're going to have to make a choice or decision. Again, that Two of Wands. Do I do this or do I that? Which way do I go? But you're going to have to decide. You're going to have to move. Here we have that fire that you were trying to create. Here it is. You've created the fire. It's the Hermit card, though. So you've created the fire. It's the first step. Taking a look around, seeing what your resources are. And then there's a need to take a pause and to reflect what were the lessons that you learned. What do you need to do? You don't want to jump out of the frying pan into the fire. So it's taking a moment to pause and reflect and decide what you need to do. And consider what it is that you are leaving behind, because here in your thought process moving forward, we have the Devil. And this Devil is trying to lure them with offers of treats and money. And so be discerning about the next situation you move into. You don't want to get out of the frying pan into the fire. Take that moment. Here in the heart space, we do have the Three of Swords. There is some sadness and disappointment. This definitely feels, particularly if it is a relationship situation. I understand with the job, you can't necessarily pause and wait. The bills don't wait, right? But that being said, you can make money, take a part-time job. Any grocery store right now will take you, right? You take a part-time job so that you have time to fine-tune what it is that you need to do to land that really good job, because you can't really wait to manifest more money, but you can get a stopgap that allows you time to really get things together in order to move forward, because the outgoing card for this week is the sense of independence. We have the Nine of Pentacles. That is this cat energy, independence. there is a splitting off that allows you to feel more calm, more serene, more filled up. This Nine of Pentacles is the lower echo of the Hermit card. There is peace and serenity to be found in this separation, but you're going to need time to work through whatever it is that hurts. And it is a disappointment. And I really want to encourage you not to spend too much time blaming the toxic situation, the toxic, oh, this was horrible, toxic relationship. I hate that word because it's not, it's a lesson. And so if you're blaming, you're not learning, you're not growing, and you're destined to do it again. So instead of casting blame on someone else, and I don't think you should be blaming yourself either. Blame doesn't belong in this. The King of Swords does. What did you learn? How can you apply this, and where do you go from here? There's a big week of changes. If you don't feel the change this week, you'll feel it soon, because it's always the energy as it moves toward this conjunction or any of the major conjunctions. It's always that's where the pressure cooker is. But on the other side, and there's this big release, but there's still that letting off of the pressure. And so this is the time to gather and to observe and to learn and to grow. So like, for instance, after a hurricane comes through, you know, there's the anticipation of the hurricane. Everybody's scrambling around and trying to shore things up and trying to protect themselves. And then the storm hits. This week is the storm. And then the storm hits. And in the aftermath, things don't immediately go back to normal. And a lot of buildings have to be rebuilt. And hopefully the government entities around there are like, yeah, well, we need to build it better so it can withstand the storm next time. And so look at your life. It's not going to go back to normal. How can you build it so that it withstands changes and difficulties and allows you to grow and to manifest your dreams and your desires? The rest of the week looks pretty good. You can catch me over on Facebook, where I will cover every day, Monday through Sunday. So tonight, on Sunday night, I will have Monday's video come out so you can see how to work with the energy. And I got to tell you, they actually look really good. So the storm's hard, but there's a gift in it. And the gift is the opportunity to reconstruct your life in a way that is better, that helps you to elevate and helps you to grow and helps you to find joy and happiness. And so I wish that for you. But buckle up, because that Mack truck is getting ready to run the red light. Talk to you guys soon.